Good morning, guys. Good morning. Welcome to the midweek market meetup. Morning, Nick. G'day, Tomic. Phil, how you doing? Adam, the stallion from down under. I like that. Grandma, good afternoon. It's actually it's good evening from me. Late evening, 10 p.m. here at the moment. We'll let a few more join and then we'll roll on with the show. How's everyone's morning starting out? All right, let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. Yes, definitely ready to pass another eval. For those of you joining us this morning at 8:15, Kim Vesco, also known as Day Trading Realtor, will be going live on his YouTube. I'll actually see if I can link it in the chat, and he will be showing off his one shot, one kill approach to expediting evals. I will be also tuning in, but I will be participating in trying to expedite myself. Let me see if I can grab, here we go. There we go, I just shared that in the chat. On the treadmill, very nice. Very nice. I hit up the gym this morning. I try and get to the gym most mornings myself. I find that sitting down for what seems to be the majority of the day really hurts my flexibility, my hip joints. Maybe that's just old age, I don't know. Okay, let's move on. Let's have a look at, we won't have a look at that. We'll have a look at Forex Factory. Here we go. So as we were just touching on, we have CPI this morning and unemployment claims all at 8:30. PPI month on month is tomorrow. So there's a couple opportunities here to expedite. I'm going to approach CPI. I've got two 50K evals that are sitting there ready to go, so I'm going to try and expedite both of those. We'll see how we go, and if anyone is joining us that's not in Unicorn University, jump into the description. There is a link in there to join, and that is where you can get a deep dive into the one shot, one kill method. There's documentation on how to approach it. You can get close to Day Trading Realtor, and we can get all the information you need to approach the one shot, one kill method, and pass quite often. I mean, I've used it a few times now, and I have passed more often than I have not. So it works really well. So CPI today is the only thing we need to worry about. So if you're not expediting an eval, then I'd be waiting till after 9:30 open to look for an opportunity to enter the market. jump over to the charts. Hopefully the music's not too loud. If it's too loud, let me know and I'll turn it down a notch. So starting on NQ, we've been up to new all-time highs, and we are rolling over a little bit here. I was looking at price being bullish after we tapped into this bullish FEG using our IRL to ERL approach to obtaining bias. We tapped into there, and then I was looking for bullish price yesterday, and we didn't get that. Prices dipped back in again. Now, what I'd like to see today is if price might continue lower to sweep this previous day low and then continue higher, because the most recent information is still the bullish FEG, so keeping that bullish bias while we are still positioned here with this most recent information. One of the other reasons I had the bullish bias yesterday was because we had an SMT with ES, a bullish SMT with ES through these lows here. Obviously that didn't play out. The other thing we could look at is if price was to respect the 50% level of this wick, previous day buyer's wick, and it does look like we are respecting that at the moment, then we could see price continue higher from here. So I'm going to remain bullish on NQ. We'll have a look at the hourly. If you've got any questions, throw them in the chat, guys. Price respecting this bullish PD right here, this bullish FEG, and we are getting this low resistance liquidity above price here. So we have running through here. If we zoom in a little, you see price respected the 50% of this candle body here as it moved lower. Now, this was actually, if we look at this, there was a trade off of this level. I think if we drop down to the 5 minute, we'll see that there was actually a trade off of here, and I think someone even posted in Unicorn University that this was off a stat map level. I don't use stat map myself, but we'll drop down and have a look and see, because it was actually a trade I was looking at, because I'm also awake for Asia and London, so I was actually looking at this trade. I didn't execute it, but I did have it marked out. So we'll drop down and have a look. So price respecting this level at the moment. We did get a change in state of delivery here, but again, we weren't coming out of a high time frame point of interest, and so that's been disrespected, even though there was the displacement here. 1 AM candle did the same as the 10 PM did. 1 AM Where's 10 p.m. My God. Oh yes. Yeah, exactly the same. Yeah, yeah. So closed back inside the previous candle there, and then so did the 1 a.m. and you can see what happened when it did that. Price moved lower, and then again price moved higher once it closed back inside the range. Good morning, Leo. Good morning, Uday. Thanks for joining, guys. Leo, hi Jimmy. Do we have a change in state of Levy at all-time high? Would you fib it? Would you fib it? So looking at the hourly, yes, I would. Which is something else I wanted to point out. Was that we have a change in the state of delivery right here, and this is also a bearish breaker. So the lowest down close candle before the leg that took liquidity. When we look at the 5-minute, Adam will have a look at that. Yeah, so both of these, if we just roll back slightly, both this candle, the 1 a.m. and the 10 p.m. candle on the 5-minute both had unicorns. So we'll check that out. So yeah, here we have a bearish hourly unicorn here on this breaker, so the lowest down close, and then yes, I would fib that, and I would run my standard deviations out like that, and we can see that price moved down into this region. Now we didn't get a close below the -3, but we did get a close below the -2. And what, generally speaking, I'd like to see price have tapped below the -3, but with a close below the -2, what can we expect? We can anticipate that price will likely reach the -4. So there is potential here that price could reach the -4. We got the close below. Interestingly enough though, price had a huge reaction at this level out of this hourly. So I'm always looking for, when I run my standard deviations, I'm looking for the -2 to 2.5 as my area of interest. I want to see what price does at this level. Let's drop down to the 5 minutes so we can actually have a look at these unicorn examples. So here's the first one right here. So this would have been a really nice London trade if you took this. Obviously the only thing missing if you don't use StatMap and if you're only using a higher time frame point of interest is that there was no higher time frame point of interest. So the hourly, there was no swing point that was swept or no FVG that price tapped into. If you are using StatMap, then those levels can be used as your higher time frame point of interest. So yeah, this was a really nice trade, and we had displacement here. So we had the FVG aligned with the breaker, and then you had 4 opportunities to get into this trade. And again, using standard deviation on the lower time frame, this is just beautiful. So price, and here's a really great example of how price reacts to a level. So price came in, and at the -2 to 2.5, it had a small retracement or consolidation. You'd probably look at this more as consolidation. We'd been ripping higher candle after candle, and then we reached this zone, and that's what we can expect at the -2 to 2.5. We can expect consolidation or retracement. We get small consolidation, we tap back into this FVG here, and then continue higher, and we go right to the -4, which is our max extension. So really good example, and a great way to utilize the standard deviations if you want to try and maximize your trades. You might not want to just work with 2R. You know, I mean, it's completely contingent on the individual, how you want to approach your trading. You know, that's your 2R trade. And excuse me. Look, this is a really good example of using the standard deviations aligned with the 2R to take profit. If you're using multiple contracts, you might take one off here. For example, if you're using 2 contracts, you might take one off here. Excuse me for 1 sec. I just need to grab a drink of water. Sorry about that. Got a little tickle in the throat. So this is a great example. Now, you know, if you were trailing your stop or something like that, then you might be able to drag this out and potentially grab nearly a 4R there. Good morning, Marco. Thank you for joining. Hope you're doing well. And then again, if we have a look, here was the other trade right here. Now, this is, I think it's equal highs, but I know there are some traders that will work with that. There's still liquidity that is taken here, even though it's an equal high. The high on this candle is 161, and the high on that candle is also 161. So it is equal highs. However, you know, looking at if we look back at the hourly, and we can see how the candle closure formed, we can see here that we then get a nice unicorn off of that. We do have a FVG aligned, and then again, if we run our standard deviations, we get our targets met the whole way through, and then some. So a couple of really good opportunities, one in Asia and one in London today. The only thing with this trade, again, was that there was no higher time frame point of interest. So it really wanted to run up a little higher to tap into the hourly, the hourly bearish FVG. Nice little move there on NQ. So anyway, I'll be sticking bullish with bullish bias today. We've got these London highs as well. These equal highs, which look like a really neat draw on liquidity. CPI might do that work for us. Hopefully CPI just rips higher, or whichever way it rips, hopefully it just passes evals. Okay, let's have a look at ES. So ES on the daily ran lower yesterday and gave us a tap into a bullish FVG. Yeah, definitely one way, please. Just go in one direction. And hopefully it's not sluggish like non-farm payroll. That was terrible. So price, perfect example of price reaching into our internal range liquidity. We're at all-time highs. We've rolled back into this internal range liquidity, and now we can look to target external. So internal to external. So also bullish for ES. So ES wasn't quite as clean through this reversal as NQ was. If I was to look for a change in the state of delivery, it would probably still be this level here, which is obviously similar to NQ. We do have displacement here, and price has continued to respect this level. I've had a sweep of this external here. So we're looking for price. Let's see if we can get a close above this range of candles. This would then give us a order block or a change in the state of delivery, because this one here has also been disrespected. Coming into CPI though, anything could happen. So, you know, any analysis we do this morning is probably better on a higher time frame overall, just because CPI will just go whichever way it wants to, and likely disregard the analysis we put forward. But I would like to see a sweep of the low before we continue higher. Do we have the equal highs on? So ES is performing slightly different to NQ. So NQ's already taken London low, and we have the equal highs on NQ. So we're sort of performing slightly different here at the moment. It's almost a little bit seek and destroy, isn't it? You know, we didn't quite sweep the London low, but certainly ranging. So we'll stick with a bullish bias, just purely using the higher time frame. Let's move over to oil. So with oil, I've been looking for bearish price action since we were pushing out of this bearish FEG. We got a sweep of this high and we've started, obviously we've run lower. We then disrespected this bullish FEG through here with a clear and decisive close below that level, and I've been looking to target this low. Now, as price was pushing up earlier, I was sort of looking at this FEG here, potentially for price to reach up into before moving lower. I'm still looking to target this low, so I wouldn't have necessarily said I was bullish, but I would have liked to have seen it reach up into this bearish FEG. We're still inside previous day's range as well. And we did get a candle closure inside the range. So yesterday's candle did close inside the range of the previous day's candle, which would have given me a little bit more confidence to seeing price reach up into this bearish FEG. I'm still going to remain bearish, still moving through this bearish order flow. There we go, Marco. He's going to be ready and waiting to jump onto Kimvesco's stream. So let's make sure we support Kimvesco, guys. Go and join his stream and sub to his YouTube. So when I look for running standard deviations, changing the state of delivery, I literally looking for areas that just stand out. So straight away on the chart, this sweep here just stands out for me. We swept these highs. We have a stop hunt here. You know, if we're looking for that low that we had on the daily, that's this low here. And, you know, looking at that, for me, I'd say that's aligned. Like, you know, with our projections, you know, it's not exactly on the low, but the -2 is our draw. That's where we want to see price move towards. And it's beyond this low, so I still think that we're a good chance of getting there. Changing the state of delivery. We have displacement. we want to see displacement as we move through or beyond the change in the state of delivery, or through this level. That's where we want to see the displacement, and that validates that as a change in the state of delivery. I don't know if anyone still uses patterns these days, but I don't know, I just see this triangle just stood out. You know, so which way is it going to go? Is it going to do this sort of thing? I don't trade using patterns, but you know, I think everyone starts there at some point, so some things just stand out. We also have these relative equal lows for a draw on liquidity, and we're essentially failing to move higher here. As we've tried to move higher, we've been unable to do so. So I do like oil to continue moving lower. So when we had this reversal here, this level would have been our bullish change in the state of delivery. You can see price has chopped around that level. It looks like we may disrespect it again. So I'll be looking to see if price can close below here and then use that as resistance to continue lower. Let's have a look at Euro futures. I've still got this marked up. So bullish FEG, looking for that as a draw. And you can see price, we also had this swing low here, this daily swing low, which is a legacy low. It's from a while back, November 22, so you know, a little while ago. Hey Josh, thanks for joining, buddy. Josh is actually a good buddy of mine. He's never joined a stream, so it's his first one. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. So looking at price here, I was running the projections off of this sweep through here with the high to the low, and then we can see that the -2 aligned perfectly with this swing low, this legacy low, and we have the 2.5 aligned with the daily bullish FEG. And we can see as soon as price reached into this zone, we've had a reaction here. So we are at a daily swing low. That's this. We'll get rid of this one. That's another one. But we are at a daily swing low. We're inside our area of interest, our -2 to 2.5. We have swept previous day low as well. There is a sweep of the previous day low. And we have internal liquidity just resting straight above price here. So I'll be looking to see if price can reach back into this level today and see if we can have a reversal here. So bullish for futures, Euro futures that is. Having a look at the hourly. We are getting a reversal. It's only a breaker though. There's no FEG aligned with the breaker. This would be a change in the state of delivery, but I'd really like to see displacement. So I'd like to see an FEG. It doesn't have to be here, but even in the next series of candles as it pushes away. But we definitely want to see price respect this level though, in order to see price continue to move higher. Hey Jerome, thanks for joining, buddy. So it is looking like Euro futures is set up a bit of a reversal here, and this is our target area. Just give me 1 second while I grab a drink, guys. We'll have a look at gold now. Let's clear all that off. So even on the daily, we have a sweep. We have a bearish breaker. We also have displacement and a bearish unicorn. Here's our stop hunt through here. So if you're a swing trader and either have your own capital, or I think there is a prop firm, it might be Take Profit Trader, I think, that allows swing trading. You could always jump on a daily unicorn. So yeah, looking at the daily, we can also run our standard deviations, and it gives us, you know, areas of interest to target. So we see bullish, bearish order flow here. Here's our area of interest. Price disrespected this swing low that was aligned with this bullish FEG as well, and closed beyond that level. Therefore, I would look at this to see if price has willingness to continue lower. This region also aligns with this swing low and this bullish FEG. Both are bullish points of interest. We have a bearish FEG above price. We're still inside previous day's range. So what I would like to see is if we can get a move higher into the bearish FEG, the price then moves lower. And you can see that since money has started moving into Bitcoin, it's started moving out of gold. So I'm actually going to run with a bearish bias, even though I'd like to see price move up first. Again, once you get down to the lower time frames, you just can be a little bit more subjective to price. See what price is telling you. A lot of low resistance liquidity through here. Price respecting the hourly bearish PD array. Again, respected it here as well. Breakaway gap. So price definitely bearish order flow. Sometimes if the change in the state of delivery is just not clear for me, if it doesn't pop out straight away, I use the line chart to see where that potentially could be if I'm looking for that change in the state of delivery. So this level here, just I can see it a bit clearer. I've got this high and this low. So if I mark that out, and you can see there that we do have displacement as well through this level. Price has also respected that level. So it's come back, tapped straight onto that change in the state of delivery, and is pushing higher, although it's just chopping higher. It's not very decisive at all at the moment. Again, price trying to push through this bearish FEG, and it is again finding a roadblock there. Each time it's pushed up into this level, it's had a reaction and moved lower. So price may not reach up into that that daily FEG that we're looking at. It might just continue lower, take this low resistance liquidity. Let's have a look at Dixie. So price has swept this external level. So this is our bearish point of interest. Swing high, equal highs as well here. So then we look for internal. One thing to note is we have all these opening gaps that have still yet to be filled. So I do think Dixie is going to drop. These gaps like to be filled. Okay, they particularly when you see something like this, there's no wick to the downside. That's a strong draw on liquidity. We also have this bullish FEG aligned here. So I'll be looking for price to run lower for Dixie. Let's go and have a look at GU. I'm going to wrap up soon, guys, because I want to get ready for CPI, and I'm sure others want to tune in to Kinvesco's stream. So, and he'll also need to get ready for that, which will be in about half an hour, kicking off in about half an hour. So we'll start to wrap up soon. So it looks like yesterday we had a bullish bias based on where the candle was located at that time of my analysis, was at this swing low. So that's a bullish POI. We closed lower, we disrespected that. So the bias we got incorrect there yesterday. And we've had a decisive close below this level as well. So looking to see this external level reached. There may be some move higher before we move lower. We do have a rather large gap here. There's tons of liquidity resting here that needs to be rebalanced. So we could see price reach a little bit higher, move lower. We take external. That would leave a bearish FEG for price to then return up into. If we have a look at the hourly, not much needs to be said really. I mean, price is clearly in bearish order flow here. We have found some consolidation. I wonder if there's a level there, and this swing here looks like a good level to run the standard deviation from. Okay, there's no alignment with our -2 to 2.5, our target region, but that does align with the swing low that we were looking at on the daily. We don't see a change in the state of delivery here. This is purely consolidation. And price is still respecting this bearish FEG. Hasn't been able to close beyond that as of yet. So sticking with bearish overall for GU. All right, guys, I think I'll start wrapping up there. Has anyone got anything they want me to quickly look at? A question or something I can try and answer before we wrap it up? Throw it in the chat. There is still time to grab some evals, guys, if you're interested in trying to expedite my funded futures or Apex. All right, guys, if there's no more questions, I'll wrap it up there today. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining. Thanks to everyone for tuning in this morning. We can head over to Kim Vesco's live stream at 8:15. So the link is in the chat there. Go and jump onto that. Please give the man a follow. He's a gentleman, very knowledgeable dude. He's a buddy of mine, and he does some really good things. So please give him a follow. Yes, good luck if anyone is expediting today. Good luck. Just in general, trade safe. A+ setups, guys. Thank you, Jerome. Appreciate it. All right, guys. Take care. Bye for now, and we will see you next week for the midweek market meetup. Bye for now.